Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming, and here we are back in London. It's a nice, clear, sunny day in London. We're right on the banks of the River Thames. There we are. There you can see the London Eye over there in the distance, and there is Tower Bridge, and just behind those trees over there is the Tower of London, which you can't really see, but you have to take my word for its location. Anyway, today in the world of gaming madness, I'm going to talk about something which I've touched on many times, but it's just a different quote from something that's happened, which is wokeism and feminism and ugly characters in games. And it's something that I've seen posted, which is that Microsoft has advised all the developers and studios that work with them, which is quite a lot, not to include curvy females in their games. I've actually warned them not to, and it's just like amazing. I can't think of another word. I can think of many words actually, but it's quite crazy why they would do that. Number one, and the most obvious reason, is if they're pushing for diversity, well, there are plenty of curvy females in the world, so in that sense they're excluding them, so that's not very diverse in the first place, because there's plenty of curvy females in the world and they're being excluded from representation in games, which is weird in itself. But then also you come more to a more serious point, which is what is going on? Why are so many, and we've had it with so many games, with Sweet Baby and Dragon Age of Veilguard and now Avowed, and we can go through a list of games, Concord, Dustborn, we can go through a list of games that have been destroyed, Star Wars Outlaws, by wokeism and ugly characters and feminism and everything to do with that aspect of anti-gaming, we'll call it. And you think, why would Microsoft advise? They're not talking about advising people to have diverse characters or something like that, which would be kind of bad enough, because that might mean pushing diversity into games that don't want it, like the Veilguard. But they're talking about just not including curvy female characters, and you think, how crazy has the world got? I mean, I think, and I've thought about this quite a bit, and I think part of the reason we have such a big problem in gaming with all of this is because so many woke and feminist activists don't actually play games, and they don't care about gaming. So the standards they bring to gaming, or want to, they wouldn't bring to Instagram. You go on Instagram, you can see how many different women, of their own free will, bending over in lycra, bouncing around on the beach just to get views. And they don't bring their wokeism or their feminism to that. The same with Facebook, the same with many other forms of media. So you think, why do they do it with gaming? And it's because they're not interested in gaming. They look at it as generally a man's thing, and they don't play themselves. So to affect that and destroy that, it's good for them, because they don't play it, they don't care, and they think men do it. They wouldn't go on Instagram and tell women not to wear lycra in gyms and be bouncing around bending over just to get views, because that would affect women, and women wouldn't like it, so they wouldn't do that. So it's very, very, very much a biased way of promoting their agendas, which are very not diverse agendas, and it's very much an anti-male, almost anti-white often agenda, which is only in gaming in general, because they see gaming as a thing they can attack and destroy, because it doesn't really affect them or the people they want to keep on their side, shall we say. Of course, there's loads of women in gaming, and if you watch YouTube and Twitch, etc., you've seen lots of videos from women in gaming who also don't like what they're doing in gaming. So it does affect women, and women in gaming don't support it either, but they don't care about those women. They probably think they're deviants or something, or influenced by men to play games or something terrible like that. But it's a really sick state of affairs that this level of interference and messaging can be pushed into games, to the fact that, you know, now we're not just talking about diversity or pronouns, we're talking about curvy females, as if we shouldn't even have curvy females. And if you think about curvy females, that the lady in front of us on the screen, she is a curvy female. She's not sexualised, she's not got over large parts, shall we say. She's not wearing skimpy clothes, but she's an attractive curvy enough female, and they would probably not like that because she's attractive. And I don't, you've seen Star Wars Outlaws and things like that, and a female character like this, although she's not even particularly shockingly curvy or wearing skimpy clothes a la things like Stellar Blade, even her would probably not be allowed in something that was made now because she's pretty. And they wouldn't want that. They would think of a way to make her ugly. As I said in a previous video a long time ago, I'm so glad that Watch Dogs Legion didn't do very well, because they'll never remake that and make it woke and make the characters ugly and stupid. And cut all the swearing. There's loads of swearing in Watch Dogs Legion as well, which is fantastic because there is in real life and there is in London. But it's a crazy situation. It's crazy also because if these messages and this wokeism and all these feminism messages were anything else, if they were religious messages or political messages or chauvinistic messages, then you could see how quickly in gaming everyone would be all over it and it would be stopped. And if the messages that were woke and this feminist were pushed into every other form of media, like I said, Instagram, and they would also be stopped. But they've picked the exact right storm of a media where lots of people don't care, lots of people don't play. The people that do get involved are more majority men, who, if they say anything, well, that's including YouTubers, if they say anything they're called sexist or racist or etc. And the women, they just label as like deviants. So it's actually shocking how they can get away, and that's not just Microsoft I'm talking about all the woke activists, Sweet Baby, the people at BioWare, the people at Obsidian, etc, can get away with this because any other kind of pushing of a message, any other kind of message in any other media would instantly be shocking and clamped down on. But because it's feminism and wokeism in gaming, they've got away with it, and they continue to get away with it despite how exposed it's been, despite how much it's destroyed games, the fact that Sweet Baby has collapsed over it, and plenty of game studios and games have collapsed over it. They continue to push this as if they just don't care, as if they're not interested in making money. In fact, it's almost as if they're interested in destroying games and destroying gaming rather than anything else, which may be their end agenda. Who knows? Because they don't like guys playing games because it means they're not paying attention to women, I suppose. I don't know. I've seen that on YouTube as well. Anyway, that's my thoughts, rant, feelings about the new things going on in gaming. They're not really new, but the new things going on with Microsoft's guidelines. And like I said, the world of gaming is really crazy. I sometimes try to think of news that's not about wokeism or feminism or the message or diversity, but unfortunately so much of gaming nowadays is literally just about that. So that's what it is. Anyway, thanks for watching Guessagaingaming. Till next time, take care for now.